Okay, I'm going to tell you how we exactly do the soil sampling and how we collect the soil. Since if we were collecting the soil from the open field, we dip it inside the 9 inches and we collect the soil from the bottom of that 9 inch. That means at the end point of 9 inch, right? So in case of potting soil like this, what we do is we collect the soil from the middle of the pot. First of all, we invert the pot like this, okay, and we gently try to pick this out. Now we take the soil from the middle, and we don't take a large soil. We just take a little bit from one side, okay, and a little bit from some other side. When we take the soil out, we don't want to harm the roots that we have. You see the roots going here. I don't want to pinch the roots here. Just take the soil where there is no roots. Now after I took the soil, I put it back and leave it there. Now I'm gonna show you how much I am collecting. I am collecting 1 cup of this soil, not from one pot, from several pots. I would say I collected this much from 3, 6, 9, 12, more than 12 pots. Like I am pinching the small from different area of the bay. Now this is the cup I collected, and I'm still going to collect a little bit more from the area. Let me show you which one is this. From all the area you see from here to that door to the white plastic, I collected just 1 cup. But the better it is if you collect more soil samples, like collect more pinches, and then this is better from different pots though. Just take a small pinch of soil from one pot and take a small another pinch from different area, from different pot. That way you will have more accurate results. Sometimes you may not be able to invert the pot. In that case, I found another better way. You can go with your 2 fingers and dip it. Don't ever take soil from the top, because sometimes if it is dry, there might not be the chemical or fertilizer that you want to test, and basically it is not. Or if you put the fertilizer or something, it might be seated all on the top and there should not be anything on the bottom. So the better is to take at the middle of the soil. So what I do is I put this topsoil aside, right? I put this topsoil aside, and I dig deep my 2 fingers. I dig and I pinch the soil from the bottom, and I get like this. Okay, this is the another thing you can do if your pot is too big and you cannot invert it. And I'm gonna show you what we do after we collect the soil sample. When you collect a soil sample, never compress it. Like put it just like this. If you compress it, it will go down. Look at that. It's not a full cup, right? So never compress it. And after you get your soil sample ready, lay out the cups that you have. You don't ever have to have same size cup like this. You can have any other size cup as well. But basically, it is a good idea to take a full cup of this, because let's say I'm gonna put 1 cup here. Okay, I put 1 here. Make sure you level it before you pour it into it. Okay, and after this I'm going to add 2 cup of this water. 1 cup was the soil, and I'm going to add 2 cup of this water. Make sure your water is pure. That means it doesn't have any soluble salt and its pH is almost normal. Make sure you measure the pH of your water before you add into the soil. Okay, otherwise your reading will not be accurate. My water has the pH of 7 and it doesn't have any soluble salt, so my EC is 0. And I'm going to add 2 cup of this. I added 1 cup water here, and I need 1 more cup. Okay, after I added 2 cup of water in 1 cup of soil, now I'm going to mix it very well for like 15 to 20 seconds, and after that let it sit for 20 minutes to 25 minutes. and after 20 to 25 minutes I'm gonna filter it and test the pH and EC. Okay, my soil is already seated here for 20 minutes. Like once your soil is seated for 20 to 25 minutes, you can start testing. Now first of all, I need to filter the soil and water, right? Okay, I have here the filter. Okay, once you have this filter with you, grab a bottle or any jar or any kind of vessel, put it here, try to filter it. Since I don't mind squeezing the soil with my hand, I'm gonna squeeze it like this and get rid of this soil that I already squeezed. Okay, and I'm gonna do so that I would have less debris dropping on this filter. Make sure you squeeze, or you another thing you can do is you can do something like this as well with this spoon. Just press it on the this dot and pour it back into this. Now I'm gonna compress it so that I would have all the nutrient that is absorbed by soil would go into that solution. Okay, and now once I have my this soil solution ready, I clean this thing for next time, right? I have other sample, so for other sample I don't want to contaminate or mix this thing with that, so I just cleaned it. Now just shake the solution for like 5 to 10 seconds so that any nutrient, any salt, any sodium or whatever it has would get diluted very well. And so once it is diluted, I have my pH meter ready here, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it here. Slowly stir the solution and let it sit like that. Now I have my pH meter here. I'm gonna do the pH first. Okay, and here is the reading. You see 6.9. okay, just try to stir it and let it sit for like maybe 5 to 10 seconds so that the reading can go to stable. Once you see the stable reading, note it. And I'm going to measure the EC, and EC it's like 0.29. okay, this is how you measure the soil EC and pH.